Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to our story time. Are you ready for a brand new adventure? Today, we're joining our fluffy-tailed friend, Peter Rabbit, as he embarks on a special trip. So, snuggle up, get comfy, and let's dive into the story of Peter Rabbit camping by the lake. One bright sunny morning, a little breeze whispered through the tall fir trees. Tss. Peter Rabbit was hopping with excitement. His little blue jacket was buttoned up, and he had a tiny backpack slung over his shoulders. Today was the day. He, along with his sisters Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, and their cousin Benjamin Bunny, were going camping for the very first time. "Are you sure you packed everything, Peter?" asked his mother, Mrs. Rabbit, as she handed him a small paper bag filled with juicy radish sandwiches. "Yes, Mama," Peter chirped. "I have my sleeping bag, my water bottle, and my special compass so we don't get lost." Benjamin Bunny arrived, carrying a small tent rolled up neatly, ready for an adventure. "Peter," he asked, his ears twitching with anticipation. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail bounced over, their baskets filled with sweet carrots and fresh berries. Together, they waved goodbye to Mrs. Rabbit and set off towards the sparkling Bluebell Lake. The path was dappled with sunlight, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of wildflowers. They sang songs as they walked, their happy voices echoing through the woods. When they finally arrived, the lake was even more beautiful than they had imagined. It shimmered like a giant sapphire under the warm sun. "Wow," breathed Cottontail. "It's so big." Their first task was to set up the tent. It was a bit tricky. Peter tried to hold one pole, while Benjamin tried to fit another. The tent wiggled and wobbled, and at one point it flopped right over on top of them, making them giggle. Flopsy and Mopsy, with their clever paws, helped to straighten it out, and soon their cozy little tent stood proudly by the water's edge. Next, it was time for some fun. Peter and Benjamin decided to build a small raft. They gathered sturdy twigs and used long blades of grass to tie them together. It wasn't a big raft, just big enough for a little leaf to be its sail. They launched it into the water and watched as the gentle breeze pushed their tiny boat across the shallows. Meanwhile, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail were on a mission to find the prettiest stones along the shore. They found smooth grey ones, sparkly white ones, and even a heart-shaped one that Mopsy declared was a treasure. They arranged their beautiful collection in a neat circle near the tent. As the afternoon sun began to dip lower, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, they all gathered wood for a campfire. With the help of a wise old squirrel named Nutkin, who showed them which dry branches were best, they soon had a small, neat pile ready. Once the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, it was time to light the fire. The flames danced and crackled, casting a warm, golden glow on their happy faces. They sat around the fire, toasting marshmallows on long sticks until they were perfectly gooey and golden brown. Oh, they were so delicious. Peter looked up at the vast starry sky. He had never seen so many stars before. They looked like tiny diamonds scattered across a dark velvet blanket. He pointed out the Big Dipper to his sisters, just as his father had once shown him. Benjamin pulled out his harmonica and began to play a soft, sweet melody. The gentle music floated over the calm lake, mixing with the chirping of the crickets and the soft crackle of the fire. It was a perfect moment. Everyone felt so peaceful and happy. Suddenly, they heard a soft hoot-hoot from a nearby tree. It was a large, kind-eyed owl. "Hello, little rabbit," the owl hooted gently. "Enjoying the beautiful night?" "Oh, yes," said Flopsy. "It's our first time camping." The owl smiled. "The forest is full of wonders at night. Just be sure to tuck in safe and sound." With another soft hoot, the owl spread its majestic wings and soared silently into the darkness. Feeling sleepy after their long day of adventure, the rabbits decided it was time for bed. They made sure the campfire was safely out, leaving just a few glowing embers. Then, one by one, they crawled into their cozy tent. Inside, they snuggled into their sleeping bags. "This was the best day ever," whispered Mopsy. "It really was," agreed Peter, feeling a wonderful sense of contentment. He listened to the gentle lapping of the waves against the shore and the quiet sounds of the forest. He felt safe and warm with his family all around him. The next morning, they woke up to the sound of birds singing their morning songs. The air was fresh and cool. They had a lovely breakfast of berries and the last of their radish sandwiches, feeling refreshed and full of energy. After packing up their camp, making sure to leave the beautiful lakeside spot even cleaner than they had found it, they started their journey home. They promised each other they would come back to Bluebell Lake for another camping adventure very soon. Walking back through the woods, Peter Rabbit held his head high. He had faced the challenge of setting up a tent, sailed a raft, and slept under the stars. He felt brave and grown up. But most importantly, he had shared a wonderful, unforgettable experience with the ones he loved most. And that, he knew, was the greatest adventure of all. And that's the end of our story today. Wasn't that a lovely camping trip? It just goes to show that the best adventures are the ones we share with family and friends. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed our time with Peter Rabbit, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more wonderful stories. We'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.